Welcome back to the show, everybody. We got a great one for you today. We're going to talk about the XRP price, what's on schedule, what are the technical analysts saying. Well, I'm going to tell you what the experts are saying out here, and I think you're going to like it. We're also going to talk about Ripple is pointing to a $15 trillion market and how blockchain and XRP could help the entire situation there. And I think it leans into something else much bigger and a whole lot of other news. Let's just roll that beautiful intro.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me on Twitter at BackupBradleyAbove, and everything that we're talking about here today. $1.7 trillion for the cryptocurrency market cap. It's moving. Bitcoin now over 40,000. There are some saying that the bottom has been in for Bitcoin, and we're there, and we're going back up. And you know what? I like it, and I hope they're right. Let's go ahead and take a look. XRP is 87 cents right now, up 5.6% on the 7-day. It says 6.26% right now, it says. Looking at the range on XRP, we're 86 cents on the low side, 92 cents on the high side. We're going to talk about those price points where we need to get above that resistance and continue on up to a $2 plus XRP. They do feel like it is nearing. We will get into that in a second. I want to remind everybody here, if you're on Facebook, follow us at Digital Perspectives News. All the video library content is going to be there. It's almost all there now. Hit the like and follow on that. There will be exclusive content on that page that will be nowhere else. And when we hit 5,000 follows, we're going to do a live on there. And we intend to do more lives like we used to back in the old days on this channel. And we will be doing some of those, but doing them and trying them from the platform of Facebook itself. So make sure you go over there and give us a like and a follow. Let's get into the news really quickly. There's a lot to cover. This is from the Hall of Famer. Michael Val 5 Link says Bitcoin has already hit its bottom. One of the industry's top executives believes as Bitcoin price action stays above 40,000 now. So that says Fidelity Executive. I want to keep moving. We got a lot to cover here. A survey with 100 hedge funds. Now listen to the next few pieces of news that we go over here. And you tell me what's coming. You tell me. Survey says 100 hedge funds concluded that the CFOs plan to allocate over 7% of their portfolios in Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies by 2026. Oh, it gets better. Goldman Sachs plans to explore new realms beyond Bitcoin. They're expanding. They're going horizontal now, right? Where they went vertical on Bitcoin, now they're getting wide. Investment bank will begin to offer Ethereum options and futures, according to a Bloomberg report. It gets better. Coinbase has hired a former deputy director of the U.S. Securities Exchange Commission to lead the exchange's legal work on capital markets. Capital markets, and we're talking institutional investor level money here. That's what we're talking about. And why would they be doing that? Because they're about to drop and see massive amounts of money drop into Coinbase on that side of the table. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And to build on here, Ripple is pointing out at the same time that there is a $15 trillion market that could benefit from blockchain technology and the use of cross-border settlement with something like XRP. And what they're pointing to is small business payments, small, medium enterprises, and that entire industry, and the lack of infrastructure in the emerging markets for small, medium enterprises to conduct business-to-business cross-border payments. And it is a $10 to $15 trillion market. Now, I want to add to this that while we're seeing all of those pieces of news I just rolled out and showed you, Coinbase bringing on somebody from the SEC to oversee capital markets for investment and money and institutional money and investor level money coming in. I mean, this to me is telling me that crypto is about to be used in a very big way. And another important point about this $10 or $15 trillion sleeper market here of small, medium enterprises, it doesn't have near the height bar that the banking sector does. Remember, we saw this same approach from Ripple with MoneyGram. They came in because it's a remittance company. It was a chance to do a real live litmus test of how it works, how it gets going. And then what was it? And then on the other side of that, it was a chance for market regulators to get a chance to look at that and get a full 360 view of how that goes and what are the ups and downs of that, right, if any. So with that being said, I think this is Ripple repointing the guns at the small medium enterprise market, and they probably are about to roll out in a much bigger way than we probably even realize, because remember, the U.S. Securities Exchange Commission has a problem with XRP and Ripple. The rest of the world does not. Moving on here, I do want to remind people, to that point, the SEC has gotten the grant from the court on their deadline to extend for 60 days on the discovery. And what a shame that is, because I really believe that that is beyond polite for the judge to consider that after the SEC has had 2.5 years of investigation, a failed attempt to try and intervene into the attorney-client privilege of Ripple and their legal counsel, for God's sakes. And then now to grant them a 60-day extension? Okay, but here we are. That's where we are, isn't it? All right, I do want to share this with you today. Clinton Donnelly, CryptoTaxAudit.com. Clinton Donnelly is amazing. He is the foremost tax authority out here on crypto taxes. Now, I want to caveat this. I did an interview with him yesterday, released it this morning. And it is for all of us that are XRP holders concerned about the tax implications on Spark token. Now, he takes issue with the proposed path or way of thinking about that airdrop that Hugo Filion had proposed from Flare Networks. First of all, let me say this. I've interviewed and spoken to Hugo. I think he's a great guy. I think Flare Networks is a great project, and I am extremely excited about it. But as an investor, I don't know what the taxes are. And you know who that matters to? It matters to me and the IRS. You know, Hugo really can't speak on it because he's not a tax person. I get it. He put forward his best view on it. Well, so has Clinton Donnelly. And if you haven't gotten a chance to see it, the interview is in the video playlist. Go watch that video playlist. He is going to tell you about a path that you could do that's not in the same approach or way of thinking from Flare Networks, but in a different way from a tax attorney approach. He's giving you what he thinks is the best path to get a zero-sum tax implication. And it is involved, but nevertheless, I feel like coming from a tax attorney that we should weigh this out just as we've done the information that's been provided from Hugo, which we're all greatly appreciative of. And I am very excited about the Flare Networks and everything that comes with it and the utility that can be brought to the network, the whole bit. But at the same time, we don't understand what the taxes are, and we need to. And you know what? It's not a special situation. It's not a standard situation, I should say, like in the conventional market where we can just look to how stocks are handled. This is a new asset class that is being defined every day by the projects that come out and begin to take the lead, right? I feel like because of that, we need to keep an open mind. Don't allow people around you to tell you what you're allowed to think about this stuff or not. It's not the way to move forward. And the best way to move forward and to get the best out of one another is not to assume that Clinton is right, not to assume that Hugo is wrong, but to take this information and try to get the best path forward for ourselves and get as much information as possible to make the best informed decision about how to move forward with our taxes. Now, with that being said, go check that out and go watch that AMA that he's going to do later today at a 15-minute talk at 12:30 p.m. PST time, right? So it's about 3:30 here on the East Coast. So make sure you set a reminder link on the Twitter, and shout out to Clinton Donnelly. And here is the quick clip here to tell you what you need to pay attention to when it comes to these taxes. Listen to what he says quickly.
And so people have tried to play some different games. For example, there is a YouTube clip out there with Hugh Pilion suggesting that the payment, that the price of the subsequent Spark tokens would be equal to the amount of Spark you have to burn in order to retrieve those onto your wallet, and that would be such a very small price. That's what he's suggesting. That would be the purchase price. That would be your fair market value price, and almost negligible, he suggests. Now, I disagree with that because the IRS has this notion of what's called constructive ownership. And so people have tried to play some different.
And there it is. So constructive ownership. And he goes in and describes that and the other implications of things that we should be thinking about as crypto, XRP, and Spark token receivers of this airdrop. And it's stuff to keep an open mind about, right? You don't have to take that approach. You could take a different approach. But we should all be willing to listen to everyone and make our own decisions. All right, here we go. Not financial advice, just giving my perspective here. This is Dark Defender telling us right now that we're looking at some real important days in front of us here with these price points that we're at and what we could be seeing. He says we've broken out of the resistance as expected. Coming resistances in our front on the upside will be 98 cents and $1.10 are in play. People are asking for some books, and I would like to share a free online book. You can study Elliott Waves for free. Shout out to Dark Defender. He says here, just a short time ago, earlier this morning, he says XRP has broken one-day resistance yesterday and upper moves are expected, although some trends are bearish. So then he says support is at 84 cents. I still think XRP hasn't finished the pattern yet. This is why I am positive. And he says, here is an update for you in the short term. Thank you, Dark Defender. And this is what the chart looks like to him. XRP target $2.57 in the short term if resistance is broken. So we see the resistance is broken. We could be making our way, and this could be the beginning of something really good. And if not, we know to pay attention to the next level down for support in the 70-cent range, 65-cent range, in that area there. So really important to kind of watch the price pretty closely here to see how this goes. But that is where we are on this day, ladies and gentlemen. Go watch that video with Clinton Donnelly. There's so much other incredible information about handling your crypto tax information in there. I think we're all better to see it. That is for certain. And shout out to Hugo Filion and the Flare Networks team, because I am very excited about the utility fork, not a hard fork, but the utility fork of the XRP ledger. And that to me has got me very excited. And with that being said, think about that for a second. Think about what this market looks like after Flare launches. Think about what that looks like when you start to see utility used daily. You start to see assets locked up daily, long term even, for rewards and earning and things of that nature. Imagine what this space looks like then. I tell you what, I don't know what it looks like, but I know from the earlier news that we looked at in here, 100 hedge funds kind of got an idea what it looks like. Goldman Sachs has got an idea what it looks like. And Coinbase is preparing to serve the capital markets. I think I've got a picture of what it looks like too. That's going to do it for me. Check out all the links in the description box and the comment section. By the way, link to private investing, guys. This is incredible. If you're an accredited investor, you can get these products. Kraken is back on the board and so many other things. Make sure you head on the swivel when you're on this. If you're not accredited, you can actually check on their page and see if you qualify, and I will catch you on the next one.